Hello, I'm Brian Fox. This is I Hate Rock Music, and today I want to talk about Rustic Hinge. And they certainly have to be one of the strangest bands in rock history, especially UK rock history. And that's saying something because there's a lot of strange bands in UK rock history, particularly in that time period. And the only thing we've had available over the years is an album released in 1988, an album called Replicas that was recorded in 1970. And it's got some really great stuff on it, very angular, very Beefheartish, um, but there's no vocals on it. And years later, all the material that they recorded were released on a couple of records. One was called Tea on the Lawn for Free 4/4, and then another one was called Tea on the Lawn for 3. And those are really hard to get. I don't know how many copies were released, probably only a few hundred. But fortunately, partial one of them has been posted on YouTube, so you finally get to hear this material with the vocals. And they're part of a great family tree. Apparently, the Arthur Brown record Strangelands features members of Rustic Hinge, and also the drummer Draken Thieker ended up working with Tony Hill in later versions of High Tide. And Peter Pavley was also a member of Rustic Hinge, and he was in High Tide. And the band was Rod Goodway on vocals, Andy Rickle on guitar, and Adrian Shaw on bass. And there's no drummer listed. Oh, Draken Thieker, sorry. so so anyway, they were a big enough deal that John Peel wanted to sign them to Dandelion Records, but I guess they just didn't last that long. And they had a lot of influences like Love and the Mothers of Invention, and they used a lot of cut-ups in their recordings. But the bulk of their work, it comes across as very Beefheartish, and I kind of would say that it's kind of Beefheartish, but it has a particular UK bend to it. Some of it reminds me of a Scottish punk band called the Fire Engines. So some great dual guitar work, some sort of Beefheartish kind of vocals, and we're very fortunate because as obscure as this band is, and as rare as this band is, there's actually a video on YouTube of them performing, and it's a real revelation. They're obviously pretty theatrical and very strange, and the stuff on this single live performance is definitely very Beefheartish. But apparently the Replicas album is fairly collectible now and should be because they're really a one-of-a-kind band. And the fact that they have a connection with all these other freak beat and weird British bands like High Tide and Hawkwind and the like, Arthur Brown. You can't get any weirder than that. And in Rustic Hinge, you can't get any weirder than them. And so, of course, I highly recommend them. I think they're weird as shit, and I love it. I lap it up, and of course, I don't have any problem with the Beefhearted influences, and I think they pull it off really well. And it's too bad they didn't last longer, but they kind of carried on in various forms over the years, and a couple of members ended up in the band Magic Muscle, another really obscure band from the 72, 71, 72, 73 era. And the Magic Muscle kind of struggled on over the years and made their last album in '89. But Magic Muscle is another one of those weird bands that fits right in with Hawkwind and the Pink Fairies and that sort of anarcho freak beat stuff. But Rustic Hinge, if you're lucky enough to come across their material or have access to it, I say dive right in. Great band, fucked up band, weird band, just the way I like it. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music. And once again, I'll put some links below so you can check them out.